Want to go back outside? Welcome back to What the Fuck Is This podcast. We didn't introduce ourselves in the last one. Oops. I'm one of your hosts, Monica.
I'm Miranda.
And this week we are talking about episodes 3 and 4 of A Secret Life of an American Teenager. Watch along with us because this is a good show to watch along.
And it's all already out.
Yes, it's a very easy watch.
Yeah. Stop.
You can put it on in the background.
Yes.
But yeah, before we get into that, because it's going to be quite short.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot to write about for episode 3. Miranda's going to tell us our book tea. She recently got a Kindle.
Yes. Now this is going to air after Christmas, but it hasn't actually been Christmas. But Matthew got me a Kindle for Christmas. Mm-hmm. And then he ordered it to my parents' house at Thanksgiving, and my mom was going to wrap it all, but then he was like, you should probably take the Kindle and make sure like it works and everything while we still return it in case something is wrong with it. So, yeah, because we bought it on a Black Friday deal. Because like, they had those early deals the week of Thanksgiving. Amazon did. So anyways, I got a Kindle. So I've been reading.
I fucking love a Kindle.
I know. I've been reading a lot of the books on Kindle Unlimited that I have been on my book talk all the time. And so I'm going to talk about one today. It's Considered Me by Becca Mack, I think is what I literally just looked at it and now I'm scared that I didn't remember. Yeah, Becca Mack. There's 2 in this series. I haven't started the second one. Well, I kind of did. I don't like it as much. I just don't like her perspective as much as I did Olivia's in the second book, because it is kind of dual perspective. The first one was written mostly from Carter's, but every now and then you get something from Olivia to like further the story or provide, they were separated and to provide her half of it or whatever. So,
hold on, before you start. I do want to say, I am starting to like the dual ones.
I know.
But it depends on the writer. Some of them are so shitty.
Yes.
And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? But like this one, it's a dual, and I fucking love it.
Yeah, it works. Yeah, it can work. You
Yeah.
just have to know how to do it, in my opinion, and do it well. Mm-hmm. Anyways, so basically, I'll call spoiler alert in just a second. But basically, I want to make sure people know what it's about. He plays hockey. He is the highest paid NHL member, and he's captain of the Vancouver Vipers. I don't think it's a real team, but I don't know shit about hockey. I just know
what the book says.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's set in Canada, but basically he is a man whore. Okay? For the best put term. He doesn't, it's so bad, the girls can't spend the night. Nothing. He doesn't give them his phone number. Nothing. Okay? And come to find out, he has 2 houses. He has a condo, which was a gift from the team when he signed his contract. Mm-hmm. But, he has a condo in the city that he doesn't have anything there, nothing personal, because he owns a home in the, woods or something. And, I'll tell you why I think it's in the woods in just a second. But yeah, so basically, he has a whole bachelor pad just to fuck the girls in so that they don't come to his home. So I'm sorry, that's not a player. That's like
a professional.
It's like a man whore, okay? Yeah. So, but until he meets Olivia, and Olivia is his teammate's girlfriend's best friend, okay? So, his teammate and also his best friend has a girlfriend, Kara, his name's Emmett, and then her best friend, Kara's best friend is Olivia. So, they hadn't met in the entire year that Kara and Emmett have been dating just because, her schedule, his schedule, or he'll leave with another girl before Olivia shows up, whatever it is. But it's Kara's birthday, so they finally get to meet. And he sees her, and he's instantly she's so attractive. And then when he starts talking to her, he's like, oh, I don't even want to just sleep with her. I want to get to know her, okay? So from here on out, it's pretty much spoiler alert. But because that's the first 20 pages but he meets her, and you're like, oh, okay, cool.
They're like establishing that this is what the book is going to be about.
Yeah, so basically that's that. Probably after this, I'm gonna give a lot of spoilers. Basically, he starts talking to her and stuff to get to know her, like literally wants to get to know her, not just...
He just slapped the fuck out of her.
He said, you don't go outside, bitch. Like he literally wants to get to know her, he wants to know what she does, all that. Kara has obviously given her best friend like a heads up, as you do, but she's like, he is like a teddy bear, like he's a really nice guy, just don't like have sex with him, you know?
Yeah,
like
he doesn't, yeah.
That's probably all he wants. And so, but he's like taking her on dates, and they go like, and he's like, she gets to see like the softer side of him at some of these events and stuff that he's doing publicly. Like there's a Christmas tree lighting where with some kids there, and so she sees him with like children and signing so many autographs and like all of his fans and stuff. And so yeah, so basically there's filler like that until New Year's Eve, and on New Year's Eve they kiss for the first time at midnight, and then she ends up staying the night with him because she's like drunk or whatever, and she doesn't want to go home with Kara and Emmett. So she stays with him. They do have sex, but he like wakes up and it's like, I'm gonna make you breakfast and stuff. But she freaks out because when she's waiting for him to wake up, she reads an article about like his 12 top lays of the year or something, like, because, you know, it's New Year's, so like some stupid gossip article was writing this story or whatever. Okay, so she freaks out, she leaves. He ends up winning her back. I'm going to try to keep this short because like there was a lot of... And then basically he wins her back and she's like, okay, just like don't hurt me or whatever, like I want to learn to trust you. And he's like, that's good because like I can see myself marrying you and all this.
Why do you want me to hold your hands?
What the fuck is happening?
I don't know.
Now.
You're getting attacked.
Fury, go. Fury. You're too much.
Matt's literally trying to step on you.
Yeah, he's like, stop, don't touch my mom. Anyways, so he ends up winning her back, and she's like, I just want to learn to trust you. And he's like, that's good because I want to learn to be like a really good boyfriend. Mm-hmm. I've never been one. Da 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 da. He has some trauma because his dad died, which is kind of why he is a man whore, because his parents had such a perfect love and relationship, he was scared he would never find it, and he didn't want to put himself in a situation where he would lose it. Like, you know, his mom is so sad now, even 7 years later, because she doesn't have her soulmate, you know? He's like, what if I can't find mine and I don't want to get hurt trying to find her? Yeah. Anyways, so they have all these cute dates and different things, and then they end up winning the Stanley Cup. And on the night that they win the Stanley Cup, they're celebrating, and they end up turning it into like an impromptu bachelorette because on New Year's Eve, Kara and Emmett got engaged. Like, whatever. I don't care about you guys. So they got engaged. So they end up turning the Stanley Cup because everyone's celebrating into like an impromptu bachelorette. And so they separate at the end of the night to go do girl things and guy things or whatever. Well, when he's like saying goodbye to her and putting her in the limo and everything for the girls' trip, these two girls approach her, and one turns out to be another player's ex-girlfriend, and he had caught her cheating on him, so he kicked her out of the house. She didn't have a job. She like fully relied on him and was just basically like a trophy girlfriend. And now she doesn't have anything, so she wants to tear the two of them apart. She takes all of the pictures of Olivia from, you know, their spicy moments off of his phone and sends them to herself and is like threatening her and him. And so basically the paparazzi catch them going into the hotel together because that was like part of her thing. When they get in the hotel room, he's like, I'll give you money, I'll give you anything you want. And she's like, all I want is to see you guys broken up and miserable. And so basically, Olivia wakes up the next morning from the girls' trip. He did not come home or whatever. And Emmett was like, hey, have you seen him? He like left the bar. We thought he just went to go home with you or something. Like, you both decided not to do the girls' trip thing, guys' trip thing. Yeah. And she's freaking out. She sees the pictures. He comes home, and he's like so shaken up about it, he can't tell her what happened. So she just draws her own conclusions that he, he couldn't stay truthful. Or, not truthful.
He went back to
basically
the
truthful. Yeah. But basically also truthful if he can't tell her what happened. Long story short, he like separates himself for a while from her, and she's like, I don't know why I'm doing this. Like, he has shown me time and time again that no matter what, he's gonna help me get through my hard stuff. I'm gonna go help him get through his hard stuff. Because basically he tells Kara and Emmett what really happened. And so Kara's like, you have to hear him out. You have to give him a chance. And she's like, he's not calling me. So basically she shows up at his house. He had changed the door pad code, which is going to be super important. And so she's like sobbing on the front door. She's like, he locked me out. He won't talk to me. Like, what did I do? Why am I not enough or whatever? No, he comes home from walking the dog. And he's like, oh my God, what are you doing here? Picks her up, makes her feel better. And he's like, I changed the door code because people just kept coming over unannounced. I couldn't take it. It's not you. Like, I'm trying to learn to be without you. And she's like, why are you trying to be without me? He's like, because I let you down. And he finally tells her what happened. And she's like, what the fuck? Like, you should have told me that on the night. And he's like, but I didn't protect you. I promised to protect you. And I'm sobbing. I was like, yes. You tell him. And then she goes, I don't care. We're going to figure it out. He's like, why already figured it out? The police pull up. She's like, we got the 2 girls. They're arrested. And we got the pictures back. And so now they can be together happily ever after. He ends up proposing to her. At Kara and Emmett's wedding in the summer.
Please don't do that.
Kara in the book was like, I gave him the go-ahead because I helped him pick out the ring in May. I was like, let me hand my bouquet to her and you be standing there.
Okay, so that's understandable.
It was the bride's idea, but like, it was still not my taste. Whatever. And then they decide that they want to get married in November. I don't know why, they just picked November. But, she moves in and everything. They sell her house, all this stuff. And they get engaged, and then they're going to get married in November. The epilogue is their wedding, where he pulls a full Jim Halpert and accidentally announces her pregnancy that they found out like 10 weeks ago. So, I'm screaming, crying. It was amazing. I'm so happy. And there's a second book. I just haven't decided if I want to read it because it's about a different teammate and Carter's sister. And I just don't really care for her POVs. Like, she's really like a Debbie Downer. So,
yeah, no, I get it.
Sorry, Jenny, but that's just how I feel. Anyways, that's my book, guys.
What do you rate it out of 5?
Ooh. 4.5 probably. Because it was very long. But I did love it. But it was like almost 600 pages.
Oh,
but I was also like living for it because we got everything.
Where'd it go? Episode 3.
Oh, let me get the synopsis.
Yeah, because I have 5 lines for this episode.
Okay. I'm gonna scream. Look at its synopsis. Look at all the synopsises hereafter. Why is this happening?
Ugh.
I feel sick. Ben, that's the name of the episode. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I did not know that was the name of the episode. I thought that was, you were starting to read the synopsis. I was like, who the fuck is I?
Me? I don't feel good. No.
I'm sick of this show.
Ben continues to fall harder for Amy, and the two share their first kiss. Elsewhere, Amy tells her sister about her pregnancy before she tells her parents. What do you mean elsewhere? That's the stupidest fucking... Whatever. It should have been meanwhile. Like...
Yeah.
What are you talking... Grace uses Ricky... Grace uses Ricky as a cover to sneak around with Jack, and jealous Adrienne feels like Ricky is just using her for sex. I mean, pretty much. I don't know what to fucking tell you.
Yeah. You can start. See, I feel like you wrote a lot more than I did.
I just want to know why Amy's dad, Grace's mom, and their spouses have so much fucking beef over a marriage that took place.
Fucking like 15 years ago.
Like, you don't have any kids together. It's not even like Tom, who's Grace's older brother, is a byproduct of Amy's dad and Grace's mom. Like, their children are with their respective partners. But, like, literally, in this episode, Amy's mom is like, I'm not going to you because you took on Grace Bowman's dad as your new doctor partner. And, she can only go on Wednesday afternoons because he won't be in the office. Like, I can't stand that shit. It's the dumbest thing to me. And then, the next thing I wrote is, how is she already putting on weight?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Like, no.
There's no indication that it has been any,
I think at max,
time
it's been like 6 weeks.
Maybe.
Max.
Yeah, because these last 2 weeks have taken place over, like,
yeah.
I don't know. What the fuck?
She's like mad at the doctor for herself being pregnant.
Yeah, because this is the episode where the doctor keeps calling, and she's like,
Yeah.
stop calling me.
Yeah, but like, dude, you're the one
She's
that's
trying to
pregnant.
help you.
Yeah.
Like, you need...
Sorry, the security alarm's going off.
Yeah. Like she said, you need to be on prenatals and all that. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, and then we find out it's a school requirement that they have to get a physical before each year. No. I only had to get a physical if I was doing sports.
No, yeah, exactly. The sport required it, but not the school.
Yeah, no.
How did the mom see Amy's swollen feet across the fucking living room?
I don't fucking know. And then she blames it on her being at band practice all day.
And then she's like, we need to get you out of band. What? So they're gonna pretend date, like we said in the synopsis. Grace has no friends. I thought that was the dumbest line. Write her some fucking friends, guys.
Yeah.
And then Adrian, I was like, okay, bed buddies, because Adrian says that her and Ricky are just bed buddies. Oh, and then this is my favorite part. I said that outfit is sexy because her sister implies that she's wearing a t-shirt with a tank top over top, and that's sexy.
I don't understand. And then the tank top. Oh, you're talking about the white one that's like super long? I don't understand that one.
She's like, you actually look sexy. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, and then she's like, your boobs grew.
Yeah. She stutters again in that scene.
Stuttering again.
Oh my god.
And then Ben, fucking, no. Her clothes don't fit her anymore, and then Amy tells her sister.
Yeah, Amy tells her sister after the fair date.
Yes.
And
when she throws up on the carousel.
She threw up on the carousel.
No, was it the Ferris wheel?
No, the carousel. Because they rode it a second time.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Like, the way they are writing this pregnancy, like, sure, I've never been pregnant, but, like, I've been around pregnant people.
Yeah.
Also, if she wanted to take care of it, she just should have rode some roller coasters. Because you're not supposed to ride roller coasters in the first, 8 weeks of your pregnancy.
True.
Like, I'm so sorry, but...
No, yeah.
Literally. Anyways, okay.
Yeah.
And then the last note I wrote for this is, so they have kissed, or they have not kissed, but they've said, I love you.
Yeah.
Because after she tells her sister and she takes a shower from throwing up and everything, Ben comes back over to bring her jacket.
That he cleaned.
And they kiss in the...
He's like, I forgot something though.
Entryway.
And they make up. But I want to talk about how hilarious the sister was, where she's like, you fucking stink, bitch.
Yes!
And she kept talking about it. She's like, you stink.
She's like, can you go clean up before we keep having this conversation?
Yeah.
And Amy's like, yeah, sorry.
And she's like, I stayed up to ask you a question. Are you pregnant? Yeah, bitch.
And the things that she, put together to imply what are you talking about?
No.
Oh, let me get episode 4.
Episode 4. This one I wrote a lot about. Not a lot.
Yeah.
What's a little bit over?
4, caught. Amy can't stand Ben's clingy behavior, especially in the face of her parents' increasingly strained relationships with one another elsewhere. There's that word again. Ricky continues to play a part in Grace and Jack's plot to see each other, but things backfire. Jack seeks comfort in Adrian. If you say so.
So this episode starts off with Grace calling Ricky.
Oh my god.
And he runs out of the house. He runs out of Adrian's apartment because he fell asleep, and she doesn't want to give him his shirt. So he leaves shirtless.
Yeah.
And then right before he gets there, Grace is like fucking attacked by these creeps, and I just don't understand the kneeling down, praying, grabbing the bottle, smashing it, and then threatening the guy with it.
I don't understand if she thought there was nothing else, so she was like, I'm just gonna pray that I live. But the way it was like, ching, stop, like.
And then as soon as she does that, like, Ricky pulls up, shirtless.
But don't worry, the guy saw a glass bottle broken and we're like, we gotta go!
Yeah. No.
What?
No.
There's
also,
2 of you.
These fucking men are pedophiles.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I don't know what they wanted with her. They wanted her in the truck.
They were drunk. But, like,
anyways.
No.
Anyways, so she winds up on the news with the security footage, and the dad...
In what world?
I don't know. But
what fucking bank would do that? None.
I don't know. But the dad wakes Amy up so he can see it.
Oh,
and that's when we learn that the beef goes all the way to the top. Like, it's not like a spouse jealous or anything. No, he is still beefing with his ex-wife, who he has no
and he's super
fucking
happy
ties
that
to.
his, like, daughter is in the scandal or whatever.
And then
Grace's brother is hilarious.
Yes.
I love. What's his name? Tom?
Yeah.
I love him.
Why do they have the most basic fucking names? Tom and Grace. Amy's dad doesn't like this outfit that her sister comes down wearing because it's like too clean cut. And he's like, give me a straight answer. After she's been saying like only yes and no. I was like, what kind of straight answer do you need? Like, she's literally saying yes or no.
And okay, so I wrote this down. He was like, he's like, who knows that you've had sex or whatever? And she's like, me and my lover. Which, like, that's what it was hilarious, because it's like, stop fucking talking, like, no. And then, so the next day at school, Ricky finds Grace and they're like talking about it or whatever, because her and Jack had just finished arguing about it, and he was all upset. He's like, why did you show up shirtless and all this other shit? She's like, I didn't know. He just left me there. Also, why would he just leave her there? Wait for the guy to show up. And why didn't she call sooner?
I don't know. Bad boyfriend. Bad fake boyfriend.
And then I wrote down this other quote where Grace tells Ricky, would you make fun of me? He goes, probably.
Oh my god.
I was here for it. And then while they're talking, Jack comes up again and he takes off his shirt. It's like, this is what a real man looks like.
Yes, because Adrian came through to give Ricky his shirt back because
and she takes off
Ricky's talking to Grace.
She takes off the shirt that he's
because she wore his shirt to school to be like, guess where it was, bitch. And I'm just like,
and then she just takes it off and is walking around in her bra.
Literally, where's the dress code?
And she doesn't get in trouble for it.
No. Meanwhile, Ben and Amy are having their first fight, and he's crying about how he can't lose her. They haven't even made out yet. And Amy is like picking fights at this point.
Yeah.
Like, for what, ma'am?
She is so problematic to me. She is very selfish.
Yes. And she's like, I don't remember exactly what was happening, but like it was towards the end, and because it's after band practice or whatever, and she's like literally like saying things so that they fight.
Yeah.
Like, I did not get it. I don't understand. But yeah.
Adrian's mom is home.
Oh yeah.
But I was confused because Adrian's mom is home and she has somebody over. And
Yeah.
Adrian's talking to her mom. She's like, "Oh, who's your friend?" And then she's like, "As long as I don't have to call him uncle." Which, like, what?
I don't know if she's trying to make like a bad joke or something because she'll never call anyone dad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I didn't understand that.
I didn't either.
And then Amy gets home from band practice, and the mom's like, "I thought you were with your dad." She's like, "No, I went with Ben when we went to go eat."
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "So you haven't seen your dad? He's gonna go play pool. He did that when we first got married. Where the fuck is he at?" And then a fucking grown-ass woman is about to ask her daughter if she thinks her dad is cheating on her.
Yeah.
In what world?
Yeah.
No.
And I don't understand why in moments like this she doesn't take the opportunity to be like, I'm pregnant. Like, her mom is already feeling like vulnerable or whatever. Just be vulnerable back.
Yeah.
And be like, look, we've got to talk about something. And she just keeps not telling her mother that she's pregnant. Oh, something I forgot to talk about. I think it was the last episode. I don't know. When the dad rolls his recliner in the kitchen and her mom just picks a fight about the bills. And I was like, please, he's trying to enjoy his recliner in the kitchen.
No.
What is this show? How is it real?
Yeah.
Honestly.
My next note is Jack wants to hang out with Adrian. He invites her to church.
Oh yeah, this is the episode where everybody goes to church.
Yeah. So he invites Adrian to church and she's like, "Well, we sin a lot. We can keep on sinning, basically." And she's like, "We can do stuff on the way to church."
And then he's like, no, that's wrong, whatever. She's like, fine, but what does the Bible say about on the way home?
But like, and then she's like, also like, where in the Bible does it say sex before marriage is bad?
He's like, I don't know, it's in there somewhere.
Yeah. Is it really?
Ah.
And then he invites her to church. They end up going, but they agree that they're like both going so that he can make Grace jealous and she's going to make Ricky jealous. And then they show up and she's talking to the news people, like all this other stuff, saying like the church is what helped her or whatever. And then Ricky shows up and he's like, "Oh, there he is. He's wearing a shirt now." But yeah.
And Ricky came to church for Grace.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then his foster mom was a social worker, and she's like, "I don't think you should be going to church."
Yeah. Which I think is what my last note is about, because the last thing I said is, why is she yelling at him like that?
No, I don't.
I don't know who I was talking about, but it's probably that, because it didn't make any fucking sense.
No. My last note is Ben and the Sausage King, his dad, are having a conversation, and Ben's dad asks Ben if Amy's pregnant.
Yeah.
And that, like, he doesn't really say where he heard it from or anything, or not that I remember, but he asked her, and then he wants to ask her, but it's the love of his life. But yeah, that's all I have. Very short.
Quite riveting.
I'm trying to think of some news.
No, everything's in me.
Oh, I want to talk about R. Kelly fucking releasing fucking a new album.
Oh my god. I missed that.
No. Let me see if I can find the article.
Oh, I brought Matthew something. Let me see.
Oh, R. Kelly's lawyer, he wrote an album called I Admit It, and his lawyer says that the songs were stolen and they were getting uploaded or whatever. They didn't have the authority to do it or whatever. But like that's not the problem here.
No.
It's a 13-track. It's a 13-track set called I Admit It. But like, why the fuck is R. Kelly still writing songs while he's in fucking jail.
Yeah. What the fuck?
No. Fuck you, R. Kelly. Fuck anybody that is like him.
Yeah.
I don't want to be even more explicit than we already are. But fuck you. I hope you die in jail. You deserve it. And you can't read.
Insult to top all insults. You can't read.
Yeah. Anyways, that is it for this episode.
Yeah, there's not much today, guys.
Yeah. Seeing how these first 2 episodes went, I think we're gonna have to watch more episodes.
Yeah.
because That was very, very short.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess you'll see next episode. But
Woo-woo.
that was it for this episode of What the Fuck Is This Podcast. You can chat with us. Send us your tea. We want to know what the fuck is going on in your life.
Yes.
And like our stuff. You can find us at
Please.
What the Fuck Is This _podcast. Got it right this time. It's everything. You can do Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. So we'll catch you on the flip side. Adios.
Bye, guys.
Why did you just break that horn? Said.
Because they left us.